in how successful people of Indian descent have been successful in American business. The CEO of Google, Microsoft, 30, 40 other companies. Why hasn't that translated to India producing those great companies? Why are they here, like you? Why are you here as the CEOs of important businesses? Why hasn't India made that transformation?
That's a great question. I think that India has the demographic dividend, enormous population, 1.2 billion people, a lot of young people. I think the largest percentage of the population below age 25. So you've got lots of up-and-coming leaders in India. The Indian companies are all chock full of talent. And if you look at the many IT companies, if you look at the big conglomerates in India, they are chock-a-block full of talent. A lot of the people who've come here and become CEOs came 10 or 15 years ago. They're not coming today. They came maybe even 20 years ago. They came here to do their masters and their PhDs in disciplines that did not exist in India then. And there was no seamless flow of talent between the two countries. But once they came here, remember, they understand democracy because they grew up in the world's largest. They were now functioning in the world's oldest. And second, they all had education in English. So they came here, they could easily integrate into the American culture. But the more important thing is, in those days, and even today I'd say, the US was always looked at as the beacon of innovation, invention, hope, culture, the greatest in the world. So people came here with a sense of, the future is going to be fantastic because we're in the US, sense of optimism. And they came here and thrived. The young people today are increasingly choosing to stay back and grow and develop there. But I'll also say something to you, and if you read my book, you'll find a reference there. I was in Chequers, which is the Camp David equivalent for the British Prime Minister, having lunch with one of the British Prime Ministers, and he asked me, he said, Indra, when you went to the United States, when you did, why didn't you come here to the United Kingdom? I said to Mr. Prime Minister, had I come here, I wouldn't be having lunch with you. And I genuinely mean that. Only in the United States could somebody like me, a woman from an emerging market, a person of color, come in and run an iconic American company. I am a uniquely American story, as is the head of Google, the head of Microsoft, the head of Twitter, the head of Arista Networks. You can pick any number. I think this corporate environment encourages talent, and in spite of all of our self-criticism, it is hell of a meritocracy. Thank you.